When you're in a relationship with a gaslighting individual, it's effortless to lose sight of who you are as a person and your perception of reality. The constant second guessing often starts innocently. You often find yourself wondering, am I overreacting? Did I misunderstood this? Am I too much? And these thoughts begin to creep in even after a simple disagreement, leaving you unsure of your own thoughts, your own feelings and your own opinions, full of self-doubt. And this is exactly where a gaslighting individual needs you to be. They need you to question your own mind. They need to be able to manipulate you into doubting your own instincts. Even when you are sure of something that has happened, a narcissistic individual, a gaslighter, will go all out to outright deny all knowledge. Even with facts and evidence, they can spin it to make you look like you're the issue, to accuse you of going through their things, make you the problematic one. They will insist that something never happened, that you're making things up, that you've invaded their privacy, you're imagining things, you're crazy. Nobody else is going to believe you. This erodes your trust in yourself and makes you rely on them to shape your perception of reality, because it's also eroding your trust in others. When trapped in a relationship with a gaslighter, the effects are often subtle at first, yet they are devastating in the long run, because you become conditioned into continually second guessing yourself. In the beginning, it might seem like you're being overly sensitive, but it quickly becomes clear that you're second guessing everything. The constant doubts creep in. You question whether you remember things correctly, whether you are being too sensitive, whether you are overreacting, if you're being dramatic, if you're being bitter or jealous or spiteful. You begin to question your thoughts, your feelings and your memories, because somebody else has planted the idea that you can't even trust yourself anymore. Because they go all out to deny things that they have clearly said and done. No matter how strong the evidence or how vivid your memory, a gaslighter will deny it. They will look you in the eye so convincingly well and claim that it never happened or you're making things up. These denials aren't just frustrating, they leave you with that gnawing sense of confusion and self-doubt. Your reality is slowly eroded, leaving you dependent on their version of events. And the more they claim something never happened, the more frustrating it becomes, the more reactive. And then they use your reaction against you and accuse you of being the abusive one, the issue. And you find yourself apologising to them constantly for things that you haven't even done. You've been conditioned to believe that everything is your fault and that peace will only be maintained if you accept all the blame. The gaslighter manipulates you into this cycle of constant appeasement where you begin to fawn, trying to gain an easier life. You end up feeling confused and off balance around them. Conversations leave you spinning, unsure of what actually happened or what was actually said. You feel like you're walking on eggshells, trying to avoid triggering their reactions. When something doesn't feel right, yet you can't quite put your finger on it, your thoughts and emotions feel muddled, you can't speak to them about it, it's harder to make sense of anything. And when you do try to speak to them about anything, they gaslight you and they twist your words. It's not only about denying their actions, gaslighters take your words and twist them to their advantage. A simple comment on something you observed will be spun into you making a personal attack on them, making you feel guilty or unreasonable. This manipulation makes you doubt yourself and feel ashamed of your own perceptions. You find yourself isolating yourself. Narcissists will isolate you from others. However, when you're being gaslighted, you can find yourself isolating yourself from others. As the gaslighting progresses, you can begin to withdraw from friends and family. too afraid that people don't get you, people won't understand you, people think that you're overreacting, that you're too sensitive, or that you're crazy. The gaslighter has literally convinced you that you are the problem. You start isolating yourself because at this point, the gaslighter has made you feel like they're the only person who gets you and nobody else is going to believe you. They make you feel sensitive. Whenever you get upset or try to express your emotions, a gaslighter will go all out to dismiss your feelings. They will claim that you're too emotional, that you're too sensitive, or that you're crazy. This forces you to suppress your feelings over time, as you're constantly told that your emotional responses are invalid. You begin to ignore your gut instincts, even when they're screaming at you that there is something wrong, because you no longer trust yourself. You begin to rely on the gaslighter to tell you what is real and what isn't. Your sense of self begins to fade, and the narcissist, the gaslighter's opinions become your truth. You begin to seek their approval on everything, unable to trust in your own judgment. You lose the ability to make decisions for yourself because you no longer trust your own thoughts or instincts or choices. Gaslighting is a deeply insidious form of emotional abuse. It strips you of your confidence. It makes you question your reality. And it leaves you dependent on the abuser for your own sense of self. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. I do also have a few one-to-one slots available. There is also several books out on Amazon. How to create boundaries around those who have no respect for your boundaries. 15 rules to deal with narcissistic people, how to stay sane and break the chain. A Narcissist Handbook, the ultimate guide to understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse. Healing from Narcissistic Abuse, a guided journal for recovery and empowerment. And the new novel, Behind the Mask, The Rise of a Narcissist, which is the first in a 3-part series. The second book, it should be coming out this summer. Thank you very much for watching. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.